Well, Harry, we've picked a nice sunny day in Manchester, a rare one. How are you?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, it's a lovely day. It's been nice recently. It makes a change.
Enjoying the sunshine does make a change. When you come in, you see Manchester United, don't you, in big letters. And your manager said so often recently, this is Manchester United. What does that mean to you?
No, I think it's such a privilege and an honour to play for this club. I think the history, I think just the fan base. I think the fan base is so crucial to this club. I think we've been through such a difficult season this year, but the fans have stuck with us ridiculous amounts, and the atmosphere that they create at Old Trafford, even when we are struggling in the league, and it's been nowhere near good enough, we know that. But yeah, the fan base is amazing.
Why has it always been Manchester United for you? Because even when you've had difficult times or you've been linked with moves away, you've always wanted to stay here and fight for your position at this club.
Yeah, I think it's just the club. Like I said, it's a club when I walked through the door, and it's a club when I was growing up as well. I always wanted to play for it. It was like the pinnacle of my career. So to get here, I didn't want to give it up easily. Yeah, I had a difficult time. I had a difficult 6 months to a year or so, but no, it's been personally, individually, it's been promising now for a couple of years again. So no, I'm really pleased where my form's at, and no, it's nice to be in a good position. Obviously going individual, but it's disappointing with the team, and we know that we can do better and we've got to do better.
There's been ebbs and flows to the team, to your career as well. Do you feel like you've changed as a person from being captain to maybe not playing as much as you just mentioned to now being a key part of that defensive line? Does that change who you are, or are you always pretty solid and consistent?
No, I'd say I've stayed similar throughout it all. I always had great belief that I'd get back to where I was. I had a great couple of first seasons here where I made a huge difference to the team and the club, in terms of, as well as in defence with the goals that we conceded, and then I had a bad season. So no, I had to bounce back, and I knew I would. I had great belief in my ability. I also played a lot for my country at the time, and I was still playing really well for my country in big major tournaments, so that helped me a lot. But yeah, no, I had great belief in myself.
You mentioned a bit of your journey there. We saw you at the playoff semi-final at Sheff United. Anything you missed from those lower league days?
No, it was nice to be back. Great to see some old faces. They've done really well this season to get the amount of points that they have, and Chris Wilder's done an amazing job. And you know, it's a big game now. In the final against Sunderland, it'll be an interesting one. I know my good mate Jordan Pickford, he's a big Sunderland fan, so we'll have a little bit of banter about it. But it's going to be a great game, and hopefully Sheff United can get the job done.
I'm sure one thing you do miss from those days is the probably lower level of scrutiny, because when you're at a club like this, you've touched on it, how big the fan base is, you get such a level of scrutiny, don't you? But when I look at comments online about you, and I imagine you don't like to look too much, they're so positive at the moment, and so many people talking about your mentality and your resilience in particular. Where does that come from?
I don't know. I think it's just been installed in me from a young age. My family, I've got great family and friends around me, so during the difficult times, when you need to lean on somebody, my mum and dad have always been really supportive, so it's been amazing to have them alongside the journey. But no, it's like I said, it's nice to see the nice comments, but like I say, I don't read too much into it.
It's best not to.
Football is a game where, listen, you can be a hero one week and a villain the next, and that's how much it can change and swing. And I think it's so important as any footballer growing up as a young boy, you've got to realise that there's going to be ups and downs. There's only, if you're the best player in the world, that's the only Cristiano and Messi are the only ones who probably don't have that down. But everyone else is going up and down. It's a long career, and you've got to stay stable throughout it all and handle the difficult times.
You said there about being a young boy, and you've got some really talented players coming through to this squad. Tyler Fredrickson was asked recently in a Sky interview, actually, who he most looks up to in the squad, and he said you called you a great example and leader. Do you find you're someone that people turn to when times are more difficult? Yeah,
definitely. I'm an experienced player in the team. And with Tyler coming through and playing in my position, I feel a responsibility to help him out and to give him my feelings and the way that he should handle the first game and things. And if he needs any help, I'm here for him. I text him a couple of times, and no, he's a good player and he's going to have a great career. But obviously he knows he's still got a lot to learn. But yeah, I think the squad now, I think it's so young that we have so much talent coming through. But also we do need that experience in the team to win football matches, and we have senior players and experienced players, obviously Bruno and Casemiro as well, who are big in the dressing room. and myself. So we need the blend and we need the mix. It's really important.
You make a good manager one day, by the sounds of it. Do you like that?
I don't know. Maybe I'm doing my badges, so maybe one day I might end up in the dugout.
Well, we'll wait and see. But let's reflect a bit more on the tougher times, and particularly in the Premier League. You've said before it's difficult to pinpoint something exactly. Is that what's so difficult, that you don't know exactly what it is that you want to improve upon?
Yeah, definitely. It's been really tough in the Premier League. We can't hide away from that. It's been nowhere near good enough for this club. To look at the table, it's embarrassing, especially for us players. And us players, we've got to take the responsibility, because we've had 2 managers, we've had loads of opportunities to win football matches, and we just haven't done it well enough this season. I think the last 2 months have been difficult because, if we've been honest, we've obviously been in the Europa League and we haven't played a settled team throughout the Premier League. The managers had to change a lot. We've had a lot of injuries, although we should be doing a lot better. For example, I can't remember the last time I played 90 minutes in the Premier League.
Does it feel like 2 different competitions? Because it does feel like there's such a big gap, doesn't there, between the Europa and the Prem this season?
Yeah, it does, especially the last couple of months. But I think we've got to take the blame for that, because a club at Manchester United should not have nothing to play for with 2 months left of the season. We're sat in mid-table and it's 2 months left of the season and we've got nothing to play for. So that's our fault. We've got to take responsibility on there, and that's unacceptable for sure. So no, we're at the blame for that, and I know for a fact next season we will improve a lot. When
we talk about the manager, one thing that I think's really endeared fans to him is how honest he is. Do you get that side of him as well?
Yeah, definitely. He's really honest. He tells us how it is. He always has done since he's come in. He knows it's not been nowhere near good enough, so he's not going to sit there and try and make up excuses, which some managers would, to probably cover their own back. He's all for the players, which is really pleasing on our behalf that he doesn't pass the blame on. But like I said, us players, we take responsibility, because we've had 2 managers now and we just haven't done well enough this season. It's been nowhere near good enough. And yeah, it's hard to put a finger on it, but it's just been so disappointing.
He's spoken a lot about expectations, changing things culturally. Do you feel like there's different expectations just on little things day to day for you guys now?
Yeah, I think the main thing that we can't lose, I think the manager does speak about it, is that the winning mentality, that we have to win every game. And I feel like the last couple of months it's probably creeped out of the team a little bit, and I don't know if it's because we're changing players to each and every game and we're not getting a settled team and a run of a game together as players, but it's something that this club cannot lose, because we have to win every game. When we play at Old Trafford, we have to win, and at the moment I'm getting a feeling of, and the manager spoke about it in his press conference, that it's becoming a little bit easy just to draw or to lose. And
like a lack of urgency he's spoken about.
Lack of urgency, especially because the games that we're playing in, I've played so many games in the last couple of months where they're 50-50 games and we always end up getting beat 1 or 2-0, and you come off the game thinking, how have you been beat? But like you say, it's the urgency in both boxes, and I think it's been so poor this season in terms of our urgency to defend our box really well at a good time, and also our urgency to score a goal, and having the feeling that you need to score to win a game. It's something that we do need to improve on.
Well, let's talk a bit about the Europa League, because that's been a really great competition for you guys and for you personally. The final not long away now. Where does that Lyon winner rank for you in terms of your career moments?
No, it's right up there in terms of individual feelings and moments. The emotion of the game was incredible, really, to be in such a strong position at half-time and really comfortable in the game. I think even the first 20 minutes of the second half, it was a little bit deeper, but we were so comfortable they didn't create a chance. And all of a sudden, it's bang bang, and it's 2-2, and it's game on. To find yourself 4-2 down, to get caught on 2 counter-attacks was so naive from us. We did it the hard way. We gave the fans an unbelievable night and memory that I'm sure will last forever for them. But no, it was nice to get the winner, and to put us into the next round was so important.
Well, we're getting used to seeing Harry Maguire, the attacker, aren't we? Striker, winger. Fernando said he didn't think you had it in your locker, but did you know you had it in your locker all along?
Yeah, I think Bruno's. I've done that to Bruno a few times in training, to be honest.
He knew.
He knew. No, I'm here to help the team. I think obviously I've come on a couple of times up front, but if I'm being honest, if I'm having to go up front, it means that we're trailing in a game. So come the final, hopefully I don't have to play up there, and
you can stay in defence.
It's a lot more comfortable, and I can be back there trying to help keep the clean sheet and protect our lead.
But you like your nickname?
Yeah, do you know what? I've had so many pictures sent through after that winger performance. Yeah, no, it's all fun and all games, but it's nice to be positive.
Harry Dino, we'll see what happens in the future for that one. You missed the Europa League final the last time through injury. You're on the bench, but you didn't come on in that one. So how excited are you, on a personal level as well, to have that experience and be able to play, hopefully, in that game?
Yeah, it's why I joined the club. I wanted to play in these big finals, to be part of them. It was so disappointing 5 years ago to not be fit enough. I mean, I think I played every game since my debut to that run of games leading up to the final, and yeah, I feel like if I was involved and I was able to play that game, it might have been different, the story of the game. So it was disappointing, and now it's time to try and make a difference and make sure that we win it.
Feel that buzz already? It's being spoken about a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's obviously been spoke about, but we have also got a big game against Chelsea tomorrow.
Is that a good one in terms of the form and getting that headspace going into that final?
Yeah, definitely, because we know they're a top team and a really good team, and they're going to cause us problems, but we need to make sure that we're focused and ready, and we take that as a really important game. And I think going into any final, you want to come into it off the back of a good result or a good performance, especially individually, and you need to be ready and fresh mentally and physically. So no, it's an important game. We'll go there and do everything we can to prepare well, and then we'll look at the final after that.
We've touched on it so much walking around here about how things change so quickly in football and the ebbs and flows. Does that give you guys a lot of confidence for the future going into summer where there might be changes, that things can turn around quickly at this club?
Yeah, definitely. I believe that things will turn around quickly. I think we're setting a culture now. I think the results have been rubbish, nowhere near good enough, embarrassing, all the words you can say. But I do believe that it's not too far away from turning around, and I think with the right players coming in the summer, of course, we need help, we need more players.
Do you accept that as a squad? You want fresh faces in through the door?
I want as many as we can and just make it competition for places, and if you're there and the manager wants you to compete for them places and you're part of his plans, then we move forward. But of course, I'm a player who, I want to be in a successful team. I want as many good players as we can in the door just to make us better, and I'm sure they will do. I'm sure the club will get it right in the summer. We do need fresh faces, and I know for a fact next season we will improve a lot.
Lifting a trophy would be a nice start to that journey, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. This club is built on winning trophies, lifting trophies. They've done it throughout the history, and it's a big game and one that we're looking forward to.